Just because COVID-19 has got all the gyms closed does not mean you can't work on your fitness from the inside out. Drop down in the description box and pick up a packet of this detox tea or some of this NutriBurst to help jumpstart your summer fitness goals. Alright, y'all, so I just got through the season finale of Married to Medicine LA Part 2, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the shit felt like a chore because it was kinda a bore. Let's talk about it. Nessa girl, so I got through Married to Medicine LA Season 2, and before I even put you through a whole review, I'm just going to go ahead and give you my honest critique of the whole situation. You know, I overheard Dr. Heavenly say one time that you can't compare Married to Medicine LA to Atlanta because it's just a totally different show, right? But because it's called Married to Medicine, it's kind of hard for us to not compare the two. And I'm trying to figure out, am I underwhelmed because I'm just not impressed with the show, or am I underwhelmed because I'm comparing it to the Atlanta cast? I will say this season finale, they did a very nice job of wrapping everything up in a tight, nice, neat bow, and I do believe that they did enough to get a season 3, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to be able to sit through a season 3 if it's, quite frankly, just as bland as season 2 was. It was entertaining enough for me to heat up my dinner and watch it and text while it was on, but I'm not going to tell you that it moved me to chorus. It wasn't something that made me rush home on a Sunday night to have to watch. And that's just true tea. Now, is it me, or when the show opened up, it looked like Dr. Imani was servicing Deb Atney? I was like, Miss Deb, is that you down to the Married to Medicine LA? We see you, girl. Shanique comes over to Jazmin's house and asks Jazmin if her husband is coming to the party. I'm going to tell you something, right? And I was going to save this for the end of the video, but I'm going to go ahead and do it in the beginning, since we're doing things in an unorthodox manner because of the COVID. Jazmin, you need to go ahead and find a way to put this husband shit to rest, okay? If it's no more than a simple Instagram post or a tweet that says, my husband does not want to be a part of reality TV. To be honest, that is an answer that we can accept. That is probably what we've deduced already. But leaving this whole mystery, it leaves people room to speculate. And a part of me feels as if, I'm just going to go Jackie. A part of me feels as if Jazmin is low-key getting off on the fact that people are inquiring about her husband. But baby, the bigger question that I ask is, why is your husband so not interested in being on this show? It feels to me as if there may be something that he has to hide. And if he doesn't, there is nothing wrong with you, A, issuing a statement saying, my husband just doesn't want to participate in reality TV. It's not him. I can accept that. Or have him pop in every now and again. Like, honestly and truthfully, you would have been better off telling us that your husband was a physician in Africa and he sent his check back every month. That would have been easier for us to process than you filming a show for 13, 14, 15, however many weeks that y'all filmed it, and now at one given time when the camera was in your home, did they come across your husband? Did your telephone ring and it was your husband? Did your husband say, come pick up the kids? Did your husband give you something you could feel? Did you go to dinner with your husband? Never once did you say, I gotta come home and cook for my husband. I mean, quiet as it's kept. Let me find out you over there holding. It feel like it feels like you over there probably processing cocaine down in the basement for the Medellin cartel, and that's what the fuck really going on in this husband is just a front and a facade to keep the DEA boys off your back. Let me find out, Shanique, you better start riding in the car with this bitch before you get shot up and don't even know what the fuck these people shooting at you for. Stay away from this hoe. She got too many mysteries and too many secrets going on right now. Where was I? Whatever I can do for your love, you just ask, consider it done. I've been listening to Karen White all morning. I was walking the dogs. I drove to Dunkin' Donuts listening to the Make 'Em Do Right album. Very good album, y'all. If y'all want some good old throwback R&B. Y'all know, can I stay with you, babe, for the rest of the night? Y'all know that's why I get her coochie ate, right? She said, I never trembled in my life, heard about it once or twice, but now I'm shaking, and I swear the shaking feels so nice. I'll spare y'all the rest. Go ahead and look up the lyrics, but that's by getting that box ate. I wonder if she was getting it ate by an invisible physician husband like Jazmin. Nevertheless, Imani and her mom sit down and talk in the presence of Idris about Phil. You know, the beginning of that scene was very cringeworthy for me. Just because, you know, most Southern black families, we were raised in such a way where kids get out the room with grown folks talking, especially when they're talking about mommy and daddy's intimate business, and especially when we're talking about lollipop penises and dildos and so on and so forth. It made me cringe, but then it made me say, you know what? This is progress. This is a progressive family, and there is no secrets. Imani's a psychiatrist. Her mom is a very astute businesswoman, very polished, very worldly, and has a firm grasp and a high level of emotional intelligence. And perhaps this is the healthiest way to process divorce or the dissolution of a family, is to talk about it openly and freely with all members of the family. And Idris seems to be competent and mature enough to handle this level of conversation. Again, it's not what I was used to, but I think for his mental and emotional health that this is probably the best way to go about it, to not talk around him. Because how many of y'all can think back to when y'all parents was having conversations and you would come around the corner and you would hear it, or you would still be in earshot of it and you still knew what the hell was going on, but you had to try pretend to be stupid and dumb like you didn't know, and what kind of scars and trauma that it left on you. So, you know, hats off to them for doing that. It still was a little awkward for me, but I'll rock with it. Kendra comes home and announces to Hobart that she took their contract on their job. You know, I thought Hobart was going to lose his damn mind because, Kendra, you really did just buck the damn system. But I love they had that flashback to Mack talking to Hobart. And Hobart came around to the idea of Kendra's identity is wrapped up in her being Dr. Kendra, and that it was important for her, and it's slightly selfish of him to want her to fit his ideal stay at home, raise the kids model when that doesn't make her whole. I love the fact that they were able to come to a compromise and Hobart realized happy wife, happy life. Because the last thing you want is a bitch sitting at home mad because she there festering in baby shit, getting ready, waiting for you to come home so she can cuss your ass out all day and night about sitting at home being miserable. Happy wife, happy life. Shanique meets with Josh Altman because Jazmin gave her the number. You know, Josh Altman about sell all the drug dealer house in the Medellin cartel people and the Colombians, the Venezuelans, Camila Vargas, and everybody else off of Queen of the South. I'm sure he funneled so much dope money through the California Malibu streets that Jazmin knew who to call. Shanique, stay your ass the fuck away from Josh Altman ass for you get shot the fuck up in the restaurant too. I know a drug dealer realtor when I see one. I'll stop. I don't even know that lady. Nevertheless, Josh gave her some very good advice. You know, you're starting out as a realtor. I even took notes. You can't just hop in luxury real estate. And like he said, you go on a listing agreement against a listing appointment against me, you're going to lose. I once held my real estate license in both Florida and Georgia, and I remember from both courses, our instructor said, purchasing the house is the largest financial transaction that most people will ever make. And that is something that you want somebody with a shitload of experience to do. Now, people like me and you, we buy little starter homes, little family homes in the suburb because we're moving on up. But people on that level, I mean, they are spending a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars, and you want a seasoned, experienced person with a well-trained team full of the latest resources and information about real estate laws, finances, so on and so forth on your side. And yes, it is a bit aggressive for Shanique to think that off rip she's going to start selling $1 million homes and people are just going to trust her that way. That being said, I do like the advice that Josh gave her, which was, A, get with the team. That way you will have people around you with experience. Find a niche and find an area and know that area inside out, because you cannot sell up the whole damn LA. Very good advice that could be used. In economics, we call that specialization. Specialize in something. You can't be the jack of all trades and the master of none. Stick to one thing and do it well. Britten kicks Minie out that room. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Poor Minie went in his sister's room. His sister wasn't happy. Like, can I sleep in here with you? She was like, yeah, but on the top bunk. Or whatever the case may be. And quiet as it's kept, Britten should have kicked Minie's ass out that room a long damn time ago. I love the fact, too, that Britten expressed to her husband, you know, love language, words of affirmation, express there is a hierarchy, and Minie needs to understand that daddy is at the top of the hierarchy, because for a while I feel as if, you know, Matt felt replaced, you know, that he was not at the top of the hierarchy, and in an effort to just accommodate his wife, he let the shit fly. Because real talk, Matt really could have put his foot down and said, Minie, go sit your ass in your damn room and bring me this puss, okay? But he was trying to be accommodating. Oh Lord, I am so vulgar on this Tuesday afternoon. These is classy based women. I'm so sorry for being so vulgar. It's just this quarantine got me backed up in between my legs and in my butt. And I just, you know, don't have nobody to give me nothing I could feel. I mean, I was trying to call Jazmin husband, but he ain't answering the phone. I'm going to send him a smoke signal or cuckoo and see if he'll come up. He can come hide out over here with me, baby. We only got one camera in my house, and it's the one I'm talking in. I can close this door and cut these microphones off. They ain't even got... Listen, the same way we don't know if you over there with Jazmin, they ain't got to know if you over here with me. Okay? Moving right along. Kendra and Leah meet for shopping to talk about Jazmin's imaginary husband. Nothing to discuss. Those were some nice earrings. I hope they don't rip your ears because they looked a little heavy. Jazmin's party prep. Is it me, or is Jazmin everything Toya from Married to Madison Atlanta wants to be? Jazmin knows how to throw a party on that drug money. Yes, God, honey, you better funnel. Let me tell you something. Let me find out that they cleaning money through throwing parties. Let me find out that Jazmin actually owned the party planning company and they cleaning the money through them damn hors d'oeuvres and them balls and them swinging things from the Christmas trees. Let me find out. I think that's what the fuck going on right now, because Jazmin, all you proved is that you could throw very nice parties. Now, you say you do fitness training. Girl, we ain't seen no clients. We ain't heard your phone ring. You ain't passed out a damn piece of business card. But you can throw them parties, so them hors d'oeuvres looked real good. Quiet as it's kept, it got me a little hungry. I'm going to have to go get me a little piece of hors d'oeuvre when I go pick my homegirl up from the airport today at 1:40. She flying into Miami at the Delta, my neighbor. I didn't want her to have to spend $20 on the Uber. I told her I could pick her up. Plus, in this quarantine, I'm so bored. You ever been so bored you create errands? Like, normally I am not the friend to drop you off today. Well, I drop you off, but I am not the friend about picking up people from the goddamn airport. There are two places I hate, the airport and the hospital. Childhood trauma, I'll fill y'all in on that later. But I'm like, I'm so bored sitting in this house, I'm creating errands. When she told me she was flying back home today, I said, you want me to come pick you up from the airport? And I normally do not do that. I'm the type of friend who will cash app you $50 to take an Uber before I volunteer to pick you up. But it gave me a reason to go for a 30-minute drive and listen to Kara White sing about getting her coochie ate. I never felt so good before. Never met a man so sure of how and where to touch and just how much. I've never been to ecstasy, but now I'm feeling it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, saying whatever I can do for your love, you just ask, consider it done, and I'll do anything, whatever you want, whenever me. See, I need to go back to my vocal lessons. I started too high, so I didn't have nowhere to go. That's why I had to stop. I couldn't even get to the, cause there's only one thing I need to know. I started too high. That's all right. Miss Jan is full of online classes right now with Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez because of the COVID. And she said, I don't pay as well as her other clients do. But as soon as her roster open back up, I'm going. Because I don't fuck with Kim Burrell bully ass. Shanique talks to Rob about her 90-day exit plan, and Rob seems to be on board. Shanique says she finna get a little piece of bonus. Baby, how big is that bonus? Quiet as a cat, bitch. You ain't getting no bonus that big. Jazmin don't put you on, bitch. You down in the basement in your t-shirt and your panties chopping up that cocaine for the Medellin cartel. We see you, girl, dropping them kids from school down there chopping up that coke. I almost told all my business, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I used to chop up coke for this nigga named Bingo or whatever. They shot that house up, bitch. I got my ass the fuck up out of there. I said, look, honey, when I went to Florida State University to get my degree in economics, them people ain't teach me nothing about putting my life on the line for no little extra money, honey. That's why I sell the tea, okay? I sell the tea and the NutriBurst, honey. I said, honey, this ain't for me. This New Jack City life ain't for me. This, honey, I don't like bullets. I like Berets and Albaguettes and all them other shits Lil' Kim was singing about. I don't like bullets, baby. You won't find me on the first 48. My degree, potential find myself down there. I'm on the first 48 for no reason, and now somebody frying chicken on my behalf down in my repairs. I ain't about that life. Shanique, run for the hills. No matter what, no, y'all in the hills. Get out the hills. Run for the valley. Just stay the hell away from Jazmin ass. So everybody arrives to the party. Let me tell you something. Those ladies look good. Imani looked damn good. Yes, God glamours on. And not only do she look good, she sound good. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I told y'all in earlier videos about Imani's podcast, Imani's State of Mind. And I actually have been listening to the podcast and looking at the comments from some of my other videos. A lot of you guys have been listening to the podcast and found some value in it as well. If you have not checked out the Imani State of Mind, please drop down into the description box. Click the link there to take you to the Sisters podcast. And I'm telling y'all, it is really dope. Mental illness and talking about it, especially within the black community, is so taboo. And just the way that this sister is able to take these complex, high-level, taboo issues in our community and break them down into palatable, digestible, consumable pieces for us to digest is just amazing. Especially with y'all know what I'm going through with my aunt right now, and she's aging. Listening to Imani's podcast has helped soften me and given me the verbiage to help my aunt transition into losing some of her independence as it relates to me having to take her to the doctors now and be a part of her doctor's appointments, and how to be in that position and not make her feel like a child. I mean, there are just a lot of gems and nuggets that you guys can take from it. It's the Imani State of Mind, brought to you by Stitcher and found on all streaming platforms that podcasts are available on: Apple, Google, Samsung, all that shit. So be sure to drop down in the description box and check out Dr. Imani's podcast. Y'all know I wouldn't push no bullshit on you if it wasn't real, especially when it comes to the mental health. And y'all know I'm a little crazy up in the head. I take crazy pills, and I don't play about that type of shit. So be sure to check it out. And nevertheless, when you finish checking that out, check out the Fashion Nova and see if we can find that Diane Carey Dynasty Petrosian Beluga fur she had on around her shoulders, baby, because mama looked good. Leah getting in that bubble, it was fun and funny. I'm glad she didn't hurt her head. That Mariah Carey impersonator, they needed to leave her ass where the fuck she was at. Her mannerisms, though, she had those mannerisms down packed. Everything about those were cute, but it was corny and cheesy. As far as Jazmin, my husband, being upstairs, Jazmin said he was upstairs asleep. I don't even want to waste any more breath talking about this. I said what they need to do to put this thing to rest. It's hard for me to believe somebody is up there sleeping, all that shit was going on. It would seem to me that he would have just went to one of his homeboys' house or something or another. Maybe he was up there. Maybe he was up there having animal group sex with the choir, because they came from up there filled with the Holy Spirit and full of the rich Medellin cartel dick, probably. They were so happy singing joy to the Lord, joy to the world, the Lord has come. So maybe they got to see her husband. At any rate, y'all, that is Married to Medicine LA. I mean, I squoze out of it what I could. That's all I got. Ain't really got no more. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe. And I'm going to get in here and answer a couple of these Dear Dineva letters. And I'll talk to you later. Bye!